A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today we are visiting Masjid and Imam Bargah of Babul Ilm, Delaware. We have today Jashan of birth anniversary of our holiest lady, Sayyida Fatima Zahra, Salamullahi alayha. Meanwhile, before we start Jashan, there are few students here who have some questions. Let me start with first question and answer. First question was raised, what is taqwa? So let me here share with all of you. Taqwa is basically from wiqaya. Taqwa originally was waqwa. Waqwa from wiqaya. Wiqaya means to become security guard, to preserve, to save, to prevent. Let me give you an example. When you put your food into refrigerator, you may use it later on because the temperature of refrigerator is preventing your food from being spoiled. Virus or bacteria will not enter into your food due to refrigerator. Basically, taqwa is refrigerator of spirituality, which prevents you from attacks of shaitan and whispering of shaitan. Bacteria's vices will not come to attack on you due to that atmosphere, that surrounding, that temperature. That basically is called taqwa. In Quran, we have word taqwa, libasu taqwa, dhalika khair. If you wear the dress of piety, is best for all of you. So taqwa means purification of soul, purification of insight. There are few powers which are fighting with each other within our human body. First power is called power of intellect, intellectual power, which is titled as angelistic power, which is trying to make us like angels. How angels? They do not harm anyone, they do not lie, they do not cheat, they do not do any kind of fraud with someone. There is no stealing in them, no gossiping, no backbiting, no blaming, no teasing, no bothering. So this is one power in our body. The other power is called power of scavenger, like tiger. How tiger or lion attacks on oppressed animals, weak animals. So this power wants to make us like scavengers. It's called power of anger. Third power is animalistic power, which wants to make us like animals, eating, drinking, sleeping. That's it. The last and very important and worst, dangerous, most dangerous power is satanic. Shaitan is sitting like the shape of Nafsul Ammara in our body. It is always trying to make us, na'uzu billah, God forbid, like shaitan. So these four powers are fighting with each other within our body. So our human body is battlefield of these four powers. That's why we need piety. We need taqwa. Sometimes we title as zuhud. Sometimes we say amalus salih, pious act. It can be obtained and achieved by suppressing egotism, suppressing anger, discouraging three powers: power of scavenger, power of animals, power of shaitan, and encouraging power of intellect, angelistic power. That is why we go to mosque, we recite Quran, as Prophet said, if you want to keep yourself away from shaitan, recite Quran. When you go to mosque, shaitan cries. When you recite communications of Quran, each ayat is a lash on the back of shaitan. In Quran, sometimes taqwa has been mentioned by the name of taqwa, and sometimes characteristic point of view, sometimes individuals like muttaqeen. As in the beginning, Quran says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. This book is guidance for pious people. Our Imam Ali alayhi salam, is Imamul Muttaqeen. وَجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. We are proud that our Imam is Imam of pious people. So we are supposed to become pious due to two major reasons. One, if we are not pious, Quran will not guide us. Two, if we are not pious, leadership of Ali will not be for us. Third, from Quran, وَأُزْلِفَتِ الْجَنَّةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Jannat has been decorated for pious people. So third reason, if we are not pious, we are not going to go into Jannah. We will burn into hell if we are not pious. You have any other question? Then we can continue.
What is the difference between Pak and Tahir?
Okay. Basically, Pak in Urdu is Tahir in Arabic. Clean. It has two types. Once, Taharat means Taharat of Zahir, apparently, body. If blood is here, it's more than thumb, I cannot pray because this is najis. Blood is najis. So tahir means when I will clean, my hand will get clean, will get tahir. This is taharat zahiri. Taharat batini, as I was discussing right now, purification of soul. When you are pious, you have clean heart, you have clean insight. That is called taharat batin. Pak in Urdu, clean. In English, tahir. In Arabic, these are same. There is no difference between pak and tahir. Any other question? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, if you wuzu, and suppose you get a cut on your hand, would you have to wuzu again if it's bleeding? Would you have to wuzu?
Very nice question. MashaAllah. Okay. So you can raise the question. Don't get shy. It's good. Yeah. Okay. Question. What's your name?
Abiha.
Abiha. Question from Abiha is, if I have wudu, then there is a cut on my hand, suppose. When I will remove the blood, do I suppose to do wudu again? The answer is no. That wudu is taharat batini, internal cleanliness. This blood is not going to invalidate the wudu. This is the answer to Abiha's question. Okay. Misa? Question? What's question? Okay. Misam is asking a question regarding the importance of mosque, masjid. La masjidun ussisa ala taqwa min awwal yawmin ahaqqu an taquma fi wa anna al masajida lillah. Masjid means place of sajda, where you do sajda. That's called masjid. Importance of masjid is in Islam. Prophet said, Man bana masjidan banallahu lahu baytan fil jannah. Whoever will make, build, establish a mosque, Allah will build one big house in Jannat for that person. La salata li jaril masjid illa fil masjid. Neighbor of mosque cannot offer prayer in whom he or she, especially he, should come for congregational prayer or at least praying in masjid. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, Al-julusu fil masjid khayrun min al-julusi fil jannah. Sitting in mosque, according to our first Imam, is better than sitting in Jannah. Allahu Akbar. This is the importance of masjid. Sitting in masjid is better than sitting in heaven. The people ask, how come? Imam alayhi salam said, لأن الجلوس في الجنة للنفس والجلوس في المسجد لله. Because sitting in Jannat will be for yourself, but sitting in masjid is for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wherever the Muslims used to go in first centuries, they used to build a masjid first and then their homes. If you go India, those brothers, Brother Zainul, Brother Fakhri, they are from India. Also, maybe native Brother Daya, those who are from India. You know, if you go on the corner bank of Jamna, Patna, in Madras, you will see a lot of Muslims there, a lot of mosques there. Why? Because Muslims, when they travel from Arab countries to make their business good, they also made business of mosque good, and they built masajid there, and they invited people there. They were doing business of this world, and they were converting a lot of people over there. That is why you will see in Hyderabad, in Madras, you will see a lot of Muslims there, due to interaction of those Muslims who went there. I will request all of you, and I will urge you, please do not become selfish. That you are Muslim, you are Shia, but also convert the people, attract people toward the message of Ahlul Bayt. And that is basically our goal. Why Allah brought us in this country. We are ambassadors of Ahlul Bayt. We are ambassadors of Islam. We are ambassadors of Tashayyu. Please convert other peoples, attract them, start outreach program, and inshallah slowly they will get close to Islamic message. So we can spend more time for masjid, but it is enough for the current situation. Any other question? Abbas, don't become shy. Ask. Asking is very good. Prophet said, half of the knowledge is in asking. Keep asking. It's good for you. Yes?
How do you explain to Kafirs Islam?
Yes, very nice. Imam Sadiq Salamullah alayhi said, Kunu du'atan nasi ilal haqq bighayri alsinatikum. Invite general people toward haqq, proper Islam, right path, without using your tongue. What does mean? Use your character. You become good with non-believers. You show your sympathy toward them. If you are in school, you are in college, you are in hospital, you are working, you are on road, you are in store, show ethical values of Islam. Show harmony, show love, show patience, show tolerance. This will attract them. Islam doesn't allow us aggressive way. Islam always uses appealing way. Lan fadhu min hawlik. Quran says, O Prophet, if you were bitter, even you would not have these few people around you. People would run away from you if you were bitter. So this is my humble request from all of you. Do not title them even the word you used. Do not title them. Say you are human beings, we love you, we like you, you are our relative, you are sons and daughters of Adam and Eve, we are relatives. Once I was with Bloomberg and he said, Assalamu alaikum, doctor. How are you, brother? I said, I am fine, cousin. So this kind of love we have to create, because we all are sons and daughters of Adam and Eve. We are relatives. No problem. Maybe the message was not conveyed to them. If you see, the Muslims are first century, almost of them, Salman, Abu Zar, Miqdad, Ammar, Bilal, Suhaib, what are these? All converted. These all are converted. When Prophet says, I smell the smell of heaven, Jannat from Qaran, from the hometown of Uwais. Who was Uwais? He was converted guy. All these people were converted. So it's my humble request from you. You create love in the hearts of people, especially when you are in United States of America. Show your sympathy, show your harmony, and remove defamation from the minds of non-believers. When they defame you that Muslims are terrorists, you say no, Muslims are not terrorists. There are some terrorists who came into Muslims, like Yazid, family of Yazid. Do we consider them as Muslims? Osama, do we consider him as a good Muslim, as a practicing Muslim? Never and never. Tell them, we are not from Al-Qaeda, we are neither from Al-Qaeda nor from Taliban. We are peaceful Muslims, followers of progeny of Prophet and lovers of Prophet, and we believe in oneness of God. we believe in justice and we believe in peace. This is answer to your question. What is your name?
Kazim.
Kadir. Very nice. Okay, any last question?
How the kids can protect themselves to eating haram in school or while they're going outside?
Yes, this is, Fakar, thank you. This is basically need after time. And believe me, I am very much upset for this issue. Because in this surrounding, attacks of haram are more than attraction of halal. Our children, they are spending more time with those who promote haram things. And they spend less time with us. That is why I believe if your mosque, your school, your congregation, your home, your religious gatherings are strong enough, that will make some nice impact on your children to stop them from eating haram, using haram, looking haram, hearing haram. Haram is all over. From each and every corner, there is haram. Let me say, if there are 10 corners, 9 corners are for haram, only 1 is for halal. So, I believe the parents, first of all, should spend some time with their children. Usually I feel the parents, they run away on weekends for their sociology, and their children are behind religious-wise and culture-wise. They are spending more time in front of screen of TV or internet. They spend less time under the guidance of their parents. Those whose children are young, I will urge them, please leave social gatherings until you raise them. When they are adult enough, go and have social gatherings. Also, connect them, make them attached to the mosque, to the congregation, to learned alim, to religious people. Inshallah, I hope that our children will be safe by the wasila of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad.
Someone asked me 3-4 days ago that the cake we cut for Imam on their wiladat is not right. Is
No,
that
there
true?
is no problem, brother Rafat Mirza. Basically, if you go and check the status during the time of Imam, this tradition was not there. Of course, you cannot say it is Sunnah. It's not Sunnah. Because our Imams never cut cakes. There was no tradition of cakes that time. But we know our Imams on their birth anniversaries, they were happy providing foods for the community, sweet for the community. And today we have tradition to cut the cake. There is no problem at all. Otherwise, you are wearing the pant. Imam Ali never wore the pant. So, shirt you use, it was never used by any Imam. The automobile you are traveling with, our Imams never had it. So I believe this is no problem.
But writing the
Innamal amalu bin niyat. If you say happy birthday to you, my Imam, what is wrong with that? There's nothing is wrong.
so writing the name of the imam on the cake is
No problem.
we can write the name of the imam.
Why not? There's no problem. You can share your joy with your Imams. Why? Why not? If I can write my son's name, so why I cannot write my Imam's name? Of course, you should not touch if you do not have wudu. You do not touch it if you do not have wudu, because touching the name of God, Prophet and Imams without wudu is not allowed. So that is another issue. Cutting the cake, having the cake, I will encourage you. You bring them. Our children, they will learn more by these minor things. They will never forget it. Maybe they will forget the speech of Maulana, but they will never forget the cutting of that cake. No problem. It's blessing by our Imams. Alayhimus salam. Anything else? Now we are ready for Jashan. It was a nice meeting. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, all of you, our sisters who are teaching in school, and our brothers, our children who are students of Babul Ilm, Masjid wa Imam Bargah. Delaware, may Allah bless you all, and those who are here to attend the Jashan of Holiest Lady